no sleeping garments that he won't show I'm a stain now. Big body, know I kiss you, that's a buzz down.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Julia, and we're gonna get into this video because I think this video needs to be done. So a lot of you guys on my Instagram always ask me, like, how did you grow your following? Like, what did you learn, like, throughout your journey being, like, you know, a social media influencer? So that is what I'm coming to talk to you guys about today. So let's get into this. So if you see me looking down, I wrote notes because, you know, we had to take this serious and I had to make sure I hit everything that I could remember. So yeah, so let's start with consistency. The need to be consistent is crazy. Like, there has been times where I have not been super consistent and I saw my following count drop. Like, it's crazy, guys. Like, I know everybody here is like, you have to be super consistent when you have a social media account, and they're not lying, but the amount of consistency that's required is like, it's, they don't tell you, like, it's a lot. It's a lot. But normally I try to post like every 2 to 3 days, like 3 days max. Like if I hit 4 days, 5 days a week, I'm like, whoa, Julie, you gotta chill. Like, we want to grow our followers, not, you know, lose them. So consistency is definitely something that is super important. Next, the second thing, there are times where you have to choose between you and your followers. It's hard being a social media influencer. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It is hard. Sometimes we want a mental health day, a mental health week, a mental health month. And like I said, that also correlates with consistency. You know, like if I decide that I want to take a week to myself, I also just have to mentally be prepared that when I come onto my Instagram, I might lose some followers, or when I decide to post again, like, it's not going to be as poppin' as the rest of my videos. Like, I have to, you know, be willing to understand that. And who really wants to go through that? Like, not me. I don't want to see my followers drop. I don't want to see my posts, you know, views and likes drop. Like, I don't want to do that. So what am I going to do? I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to choose my following in my account and, you know, make sure that I got to do what I got to do. And, you know, some people, I know some people do take, you know, like breaks and stuff like that, because sometimes it is necessary. But, you know, like, that's basically a choice that you have to make. You know, you're choosing yourself over your page, and there's nothing wrong with that. I support it 100%. Me personally, I just tend to choose my following and my followers over myself, and that may sound kind of bad, but it's just because, like, you know, like, I have certain, like, goals that I want to reach within a certain period of time. So it's like, if I want to reach those goals, I'm gonna have to, you know, take a step back from myself for a second and kind of just work towards them. And there's nothing wrong with that, but that's something they definitely don't tell you, and you have to be mentally prepared in order to, like, deal with. Number 3, this one is funny. No shade to any company, but there are times, like, if your page is surrounded by hair, makeup, whatever the case is, and you reach out to brands, sometimes those brands don't want to pay you. Like, when I first started, I wasn't really getting paid by brands. Usually it was just that we'll send you free products and I promote it. But nowadays, you know, we trying to chase the bag, like, you know, and some brands just aren't willing to pay. And in all honesty, like, from before, I used to let it slide, but you have to realize that if you're gonna be a social media influencer and you're creating good content, that takes time. Like, it really takes time. And it's like, that's time out of your day, your life, that you're never getting back. So if I'm gonna be making a video for your company, I might as well get paid for it. Like, it may sound bad, it may sound, you know, like whatever, but it's the truth. Like, I'm not getting that time back. And I could have, you know, went to another company who would have, you know, paid me. So it's just like, if you, okay, because my hair was looking crazy. If you don't want to pay me, I'm going to go to somebody else who's willing to, you know, and who sees my value and who's willing to be like, you know what, we're going to compensate her for this, because she didn't have to do this video at the end of the day. You know, she didn't have to put time and dedication to this video. She didn't have to, you know, take her hair out of box braids and, you know, make a whole, like, video for my company showing, like, you know, wash and go. Like, she didn't have to do that. She could have rocked the box braids for the next 2 weeks. But, you know, it's just stuff like that. So you will, like, deal with companies who just don't want to pay, and you have the choice of either, you know, continuing working with them and just, you know, getting the free products, which is nothing wrong with that. I absolutely love that. or you just go to somebody else who is willing to pay, who does see your value as a social media influencer. Or this one, I feel like a lot of you influencers who's watching this is gonna feel this, but not everyone's rate of success is the same. Me, for example, it took me about a year and a couple of months to hit 10K. But then I may go on someone else's page who I saw, you know, started like 5 months ago, and they're already at 20K. And no shade, no tea, nothing, like, as you should. But sometimes it does hurt your feelings a little bit, because you're just like, okay, well, what am I doing wrong? Like, clearly there's something I'm doing wrong, because, you know, this person, you know, they got to 20K in like half of the time that it took me to get to 10K. So it's just like, damn, Instagram, why you gotta be like that? But yeah, like, you also, that's why they also say, like, you're not supposed to compare yourself to other people. And let's be real, as humans, that's what we do. We do compare ourselves to other people, and it's life. Like, you know, it's life. And sometimes either, I don't even know, like, it's life. We compare ourselves to other people, and it is what it is. But just going into the whole influencing thing, just being on social media, like, you have to understand that, you know, like, not everyone's rate of success is the same. And they always say you're not gonna blow up overnight, but there are some people who blow up overnight. Let's be real. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, you're not gonna reach 10K in 3 months. Like, you can, you really can. I don't know the secret with it, because like I said, it took me a year and a couple of months to hit 10K. But if y'all know, you can hit the comment box down below and let me know what's the secret, because we're trying to build our following, and our followers, I should say. And yeah, it sucks, but it is what it is. 5. This is another one that y'all about to feel. Negative comments. Let's talk about this. If you know me, you know I'm a very nice person. Like, I treat people with respect. I try to do the best that I can. But sometimes I'll post a video and I'll have really negative comments where people are like, oh, why does your hair look like this? Or, oh, why'd you do that? And it's just like, oh, why don't you shut up? Why don't you shut up? Like, in my mind, here's how I see it. If you see me from the explore page, if you actually felt the need to click the video, watch the video, dislike the video, go all the way to the comments, type a full-on negative comment in my comment section, you did the most. Like, you could have just been like, this video's not for me, and what about your day? Like, to go through the whole comment section and really like make a whole comment for no reason, like, it ain't it. And as an influencer, sometimes you have to think about your image. Like, your image is very important. As much as we don't want to admit it, it is. And I don't want my followers to go in under my comments and see me going back and forth or bickering or cursing out someone who wrote something negative about me, because that looks bad on my part. Like, yeah, it looks bad on the person who made the comment, but it just also looks bad on my part, because just like, Julia, you could have, you know, walked away. You could have deleted the comment. You could have been like, all right, like, have a nice day. Like, there was so many ways to go about it, and arguing just wasn't one of them. So negative comments, it's very hard, especially if you're like hot-headed, because I low-key am. If you are hot-headed, like, you just gotta like breathe and just tell yourself, like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it, because at the end of the day, let's be real. These people commenting are either people with private pages, 10 followers, no pictures. Not trying to be cocky, but if you're gonna come from my posts, let's at least be on the same like level. Like I said, no cockiness, nothing, but it's just like, if you're gonna come to me and try to attack me under my comments and your page looks like that, you look bad. You look bad. Number 6, fake friends and family. Let me tell you guys, when I first started my Instagram page, I had people, because I had started, I think, my senior year of high school. Yeah, my senior year of high school. And I had people basically, well, I started senior year of high school, but I didn't really get serious about it until later on, like in the summertime. But besides the point, I had people coming up to me like, oh, like, you have an Instagram? Like, that's what you're doing? Like, okay, like, or what are you doing that for? Like, what's the point of it? Like, basically trying to insinuate like you're not gonna get nowhere, so what's the point of making an Instagram page for your hair? And it's just like, damn, like it really did hurt. Like I had a lot of people coming up to me and like, you know, making like little comments like that, and I was just like, damn, like, and it is hard sometimes, especially when it's like from like friends and even like on my family. Like some people from my family is just like what's the point of this, like, you know? And it hurts. It does hurt. I'm not even gonna lie to you, and I'm a very sensitive person, so things like that did affect me. But just thinking about my goal and like what I wanted to accomplish was like what got me going, and then like support from my followers, like that really got me going and kept me got me to continue making videos. But you are gonna deal with that. You are gonna deal with friends and family who's gonna, you know, like talk down on you, and then when you finally make it, it's like, oh yeah, I knew you could do it. Yes, girl, you did that. Like, you could stay over there. You could stay over there with the people who's doing the whole hate commenting thing. Like I want no parts. I want no parts. Like it, because if you're not going to support me from day one, don't support me when I'm finally making something of myself. Like, don't do it. And like I said, you're going to experience that. Like there are going to be friends and family who's going to try to be super fake, and you could decide if you want to, you know, just, you know, let bygones be bygones and let it be, like, just let it go. But me personally, like, I take things like that really serious. Like, I just feel like if you're going to be a friend or you're going to be a family, you need to support me 100%. Because if the roles were reversed, I always sound like I'm like, but if the oh my God, if the, stop. If the roles were reversed, I would support, you know, everyone else. So like I said, out of your control, but you can control, you know, the type of people that you want to surround yourself with and the type of people that you want supporting you. And, you know, number 7. So this is like a big thing. I think this is a really big thing, and a lot of people, I feel like a lot of people don't touch on this. So your engagement, basically what your engagement is basically people like commenting under your post. Like that's like your engagement. Like you're engaging with your followers, like them just liking it. That's not all it's about. And engagement is really, really important. You can have 10,000 followers, but if you really have like what, 10 people consistently commenting under your posts, like it ain't it. And a lot of companies, like personally, like when I've spoken to brands and stuff like that, they'll be like, all right, send me your engagement. And that's like really important, because here's how it works. If you're promoting a company or like a product or whatever it is, and you have only 10 people commenting under your post, there was no point in the brand either, you know, sending you the products or paying you for making the video, because it's just like, you're okay, like you're only sending 10 people, you know, maybe not even, because we don't even know if all 10 people who commented goes to that page and be like, you know what, I want to buy this product. So it's just like, like a lot of brands, like if your engagement isn't popping, like my engagement definitely was not popping when I first started, and a lot of brands was just like, you know what, like when your engagement improves, like contact us and we'll see, you know, like we'll come up with an agreement. But you know, it's just like when you have 10,000 followers and you only have 10 people commenting under your stuff, like companies and brands are going to look at this like, you want me to pay you to promote my product when I'm going to get basically less than 10 people to, you know, look at it and buy it. And I mean, that's not always the case. Like there are people who don't have to comment, who will go, who watch the post, and they'll be like, okay, like I want to try this, and they'll go and, you know, order the products or whatever the case is. But engagement is very important, because it's usually the people who's engaging in your comments. That's the ones, those are the ones that are most likely gonna, you know, go to the site or go to the account and, you know, try to buy the product, I guess. And that's what a lot of companies look for. Like your engagement is really important, and they want to see that, you know, like you're engaging with your followers are engaging with you. So, you know, like your followers are really like realizing, okay, this is the company that she's using with her hair or whatever. This is their site. This is their page. This is the product. I'm gonna get it. Like, so like I said, engagement is really important. Work on your engagement, because I wish somebody had told me this. Like I had like maybe like 5,000 followers and my engagement was like super low, and a lot of companies were just like, we can't, you know, we can't work with you. And there's nothing wrong with that. That encouraged me to improve on my engagement, but like I said, just work on it. Like it is very important. Number 8, balancing work life. It gets tricky. It really does. Like before this whole Corona thing had happened, I was working at Chipotle. Love that place. But anyways, I was working at Chipotle, and making sure that I had good content to post while also working was a struggle. And I understand why a lot of social media influencers quit their like 9-to-5 jobs and they just go into this 100%, because trying to balance that, like, you can balance it. Like I kind of sort of did, but it was really hard, especially considering the fact that, like, when I worked at Chipotle, we wore hats and I always had to slick my hair back. But it's like, I cannot do that for every single video on Instagram. And it was just like, I was doing hairstyles. Well, what I ended up having to do was do hairstyles, post it, and then make sure I put my hair in a slick back before I had to go to work. So it's a lot. Like, you have to like figure out like what works best for you, because it will get very tricky, and you'll have to figure out, like, I have to set a schedule for myself. Like, okay, on this day I'm gonna do this hairstyle, I'm gonna post it, and then, you know, I'll do my slick back bun, because I was working there like throughout the week. So it's like, those are the like throughout the week is usually when I post, and it was just hard to do like half up half down styles. Or when I wanted to do I don't know, like if I wanted to do a high puff video, like I had to do the high puff and then put it back in the slick back. Like, it was just hard to do like really creative hairstyles while working there and wearing a hat. Like, it just wasn't it. But if you can figure out a way to balance your work life and your social media account, like, you're doing better than a lot of people, because I know a lot of people who have to choose between, you know, working and doing this. I'm sorry if like the lighting is like weird and you're seeing lines, because I'm seeing it as I'm recording this, and I don't know, we just got to invest in a better camera, because this ain't it. But anyways, I know a lot of people who have to choose between, you know, working and posting on social media. And it's like, sometimes when you're working, like you're not posting consistently. Sometimes when you're working, you're not posting on your page consistently, and that goes back to, you know, just being consistent. If you're not consistent, then your following count drops and your views start to drop, and, you know, it's like a domino effect. So it's like, you really gotta like focus on these things and think about everything before you go into, you know, being a social media influencer 100%, because it is a lot to think about, and it is a lot that you have to like, you know, focus on and sort out before you go into this like 110%. Number 9, Instagram, I'm coming for you. Shadow banning. Now, shadow banning doesn't only happen on Instagram. I heard that it also happens on TikTok, but because like I'm not really on TikTok like that, and I don't know how TikTok works, we're gonna focus on Instagram. So if you don't know, because I didn't know until it happened to me, Instagram has a thing called shadow banning. So basically, if you use too many hashtags, if you use irrelevant hashtags, and if you use the same hashtags under your post, Instagram is going to shadow ban you. Like, currently I am shadow banned. It's not that bad though, but currently I am shadow banned. And basically what happens is, Instagram does not put your posts on like people's like feeds. It will not pop up on the explore page. The hashtags that you use under the post, your post will not pop up under those hashtags. Like, your post is basically invisible. Like, the only way people will be able to like see your post is if they don't have like, if they don't follow a lot of people, so it's like your posts are bound to come up, or if they have to go directly into your account to see the 7 posts that they missed because Instagram shadow banned you. And there was one period of time where I was shadow banned for maybe like a good couple of months. Like, they say that shadow banning only lasts for 2 weeks, but they lied, because I was definitely stuck at like 3,300 for a hot second. Like, I could not gain like a good 10 followers. And that's another thing. Like I said, it goes back to be consistent, because you could be really consistent while being shadow banned, but because you're shadow banned, people are thinking that you're not posting, so they think that you're being inconsistent, so they end up unfollowing you. Like, let's be real. When we sit down and we unfollow people, what do we think? Well, who's not posting? Whose posts are irrelevant to me and I don't want to see? Like, things like that will cause people to unfollow you, and that's what was happening. Like, people were thinking that I wasn't posting, and they started unfollowing me. And a lot of people were telling me, like, they would DM me and they'll be like, OMG, like no offense, I was about to unfollow you because I thought you were super inconsistent, but then I went on your page to unfollow you and I saw that you had posted like 7-8 different videos. And it's like, those people I appreciate so much, because I didn't even know I was shadow banned. But then, you know, like, there's the apps that you could use to unfollow people, and a lot of people use that. So it's just like not everyone realized that I really was posting, and I had lost like a lot of followers. Like I think this is my third time being shadow banned. Like I'm so over Instagram. The second time it happened, I had to DM them, and I was just like, look, you don't pay me for the posts that I make. Like you guys pay Kylie and all of them, and I'm not seeing Kylie and them being shadow banned. Like damn, I'm just trying to make something for myself. Like why you gotta come for me like that? But I was just like, wow, that's crazy. Like, and I really didn't know anything about shadow banning. It wasn't until later on. I think I had burned myself. Yeah, I'm looking and I see a little burn mark. That hurt. But yeah, I didn't know anything about shadow banning until it basically happened to me. And I was asking like my other influencer friends, and I was just like guys, what's going on? They're like, yeah, Instagram's been shadow banning like a lot of people lately. And I'm just like, wow, like that's crazy, because they don't even give you a heads up. They don't like send you a message like you have been shadow banned. Nothing. You just kind of have to put 2 and 2 together and realize, damn, Instagram just shadow banned me. So that's just like another thing that people don't really speak on, and I feel like that is definitely something that needs to be spoken about. But you know, shadow banning, like it's kind of hard, because me personally, like when I have my my captions and stuff, like I type out all my captions. Like okay, when I put captions under my posts, it's in my my notes. Like I have like the caption section, then you know the little follow, if you're viewing from the explore page, follow me at blah blah. Then I have the little dots, and then I go, here's my YouTube channel, link in the bio, and then dot 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 dot, and then I have the hashtags. So all my hashtags are usually the same, because who really got time to sit there and type in different hashtags every single time? Like I'm not doing that. Not doing that. Ain't happening. But clearly it's gonna have to happen, because I keep getting shadow banned and this isn't fun. But yeah. Number 10. 10. Now, this is definitely another thing that I feel like doesn't really get spoken on, because I used to watch a lot of like things they don't tell you about being a social media influencer, or tricks and ways to you know, increase your following, how to work with brands, and just stuff like that, like before I had started. And a lot of people don't mention this, but media kits are very important. They're very important. So I'm gonna just tell you what's in a media kit. So basically, when you create a media kit, basically what a media kit is like a resume for companies, and they look at it and they determine whether or not they want to work with you. So in a media kit, it has your social media handles, it has websites that they can like find you at, your audience size on all platforms, your audience demographics, so that goes like, that pertains to like age, gender, location, what brands you've worked with in the past, and like what your brand is all about. Like that's basically what's in like a social a media kit basically. And a lot of companies, like when I speak to them, like they'll be like, all right, send me your media kit, and I'll send them my media kit, you know, have my little picture, social media handles, all that good stuff. And from there they'll look at it and they'll be like, okay, well, you know, she has, at the moment she has like 13.2k followers. A lot of her followers range from ages 13 to 19, the majority of them. A lot of them are in the United States, the UK. What else? She's worked with, you know, X, Y, and Z brands, and, you know, she's all about hair. And when they see that, they're like, all right, well, you're all about hair, you have a good following, you know your demographics, and, you know, like, it's impressive when you do have a media kit. Like, I realize that brands do take you more serious when you have a media kit, and it really does help, like, with you, and you, like, it helps with you know, networking and being able to work with brands and just all of that. Like, it's really good to have a media kit. Like, I really do suggest, like, if you want to go into being a social media influencer, do your research on a media kit. It's really easy to find like all this information like online. Like, it's super easy. And yeah, like it really will help you when it comes to speaking to businesses and, you know, just trying to grow your Instagram as a whole, because working with businesses does grow your Instagram account, because then other businesses will be like, oh wow, like she worked with so-and-so, let me, you know, contact her and let me work with her, because, you know, like she created great content and whatever. So yeah, so those are basically the 10 things I want to talk to you guys about. Let me know if you guys want me to do a separate video basically talking about how to grow your followers, because I can definitely do one of those, like a really in-depth video. But let me know in the comment box down below. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and like I said, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Wow, I cannot speak. This is bad. But if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. And thank you guys so much for watching my video. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Don't tell me about no coach, I'ma buy it. Ay. Riding with a baddie and she biased. Look like Simmons on my wave that she riding. Go boy, let's compete. Who's the flyest?